When you want to improve your performance, what we get to look at is the art and science of putting it all together. It's the art and science of your mindset. It's the art and science of your craft. It's the art and science of your performance. It's the bits we don't physically see. And that's what goes on in your top 6 inches. It's what happens in your mindset. And when we look at the best in the world, and this is what I want to share with you today, is what is it? What is it that the best performers in the world are doing different to the rest? Why are they getting the outcomes? Why are they able to keep going when it's really, really tough? Why are they able to dig deeper than the rest? Why are they able to achieve more and so much more often than the rest? It comes down to our mindset. Now, when we look at it, we train our body, we train our craft, so whatever our skill is. And then the third concept that we must look at is we train our mindset, because without that, nothing else happens. So if you want to look at it in a different way, it's 80% psychology, 20% mechanics, at least. So therefore, again, our mindset is coming in so much more often. Now, we're naturally wired, as human beings, we're naturally wired to scan and detect the threats. You know, old days, saber-toothed tiger, be careful when you go outside the cave, you'll get eaten by the saber-toothed tiger, so you need to be aware of the threats. We need to be aware of the dangers that are out there to survive. Unfortunately, our mindset still does that as a natural pattern, as a natural default. So what we get to do is to shift that up. To be able to perform at our best, to be able to perform at a higher level, what we get to do is we get to be in control of that. We get to be in charge of our mindset. Because when we're really, really present, when we're aware of what is happening within us and our environment, then we're able to be in control. Then we're able to be in charge of what our performance is. We take control of that 80% psychology. We take control of that mindset that then influences what's happening in our craft, which then also impacts what's happening in our physiology and in our body. So when we think about it, our mindset is actually the key to it all. So what you get to do is you get to learn what it takes to be in control of it, what it takes to be up there with the best in the world. What is it that they do? Now, working with huge numbers of athletes and teams internationally, having massive success, creating world champions, it's kind of cool. So I get to see what separates the best from the rest. And I can tell you it's about focus, it's about their commitment, and it's about taking charge of what happens in our top 6 inches. Now, whatever you focus on expands. If you're focusing on the crap, the negative, the stuff that didn't go well, you're going to get more of it. If you are in that basic area and you are focusing on what is serving you, or you're focusing on what is going well, you get more of that. You're going to step it up to the next level. And this is what we're after. It's when we're able to identify and commit to being really, really present. When you are really, really present and you have that awareness of what is happening inside you, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and you're connected to what is happening out there in the environment, when we put that together, that is when we bring the art and science together. And that is what separates the best from the rest, is because they're able to take charge of what is happening in their top 6 inches. They're able to focus on the things that serve them. They're connecting and being aware and really, really present to what is happening within them and the environment, and then putting that together so that their responses are taking them that next step. That's keeping that momentum. It's keeping them in that progress to be able to keep moving forward. Instead of letting all of that external world control them, they're controlling the controllables, which is what you think, what you feel, and what you do. So when we bring the art and science together, that is what is separating the best from the rest. And that's something that you can do too. Check in. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the things that are serving you? Are you focusing on the things that are going well? Or are you focusing on the things that aren't serving you? Are you focusing on the things that are not going well? Are you focusing on the opposition, or are you focusing on your own game plan? Makes a massive difference. Are you focusing on the things that you can't control? Or are you focusing on the things that you can control and the things that you can influence? And that's another topic for a whole nother video. So when we look at it, it's the art and science. When we're able to bring the science of what actually happens in our top 6 inches and bring it into that psychology of awareness, that psychology of focus, that psychology of you being present to understand what's happening in your environment and what's happening within you. And when you put it together, that is when you get that ultimate level. And that is what is giving the best performers in the world the edge to be able to keep going and stay above the rest. So when we focus on and bring in the art and science of it together, that's where you're going to have that performance of absolute excellence.